Hello, everyone. Welcome to TOI Digital, your daily guide to all that's happening in Indian cricket. Beyond the Boundaries, the name of the show. As always, we've got a Power Pack panel. We've got Manuja Veerappa joining us from Bengaluru, and Gaurav Gupta joins us from Mumbai. Thanks a lot, Manuja and Gigi, for joining us today on TOI Digital. Manuja, starting off with you, what's happening? The Women's World Cup has started. India was considered to be one of the hot favorites for this tournament much after Australia, of course. But they seem to have lost their way in the opening encounter against Sri Lanka.
Who would have known a 39-year-old spinner will come in those overcast, wet conditions and take you out the way she's taken out India right now? I thought the start was pretty bad. Smriti played a very bad shot. That drive was completely unnecessary. Pritika Rawal was actually getting a start. Even she again frittered away. I think the Sri Lankans are also lucky. Both those catches were caught at the second chance and not at the first one. We were like, okay, now that catch is dropped. No, they held on. Not an ideal start, but hopefully the bowlers deliver today. I mean, given the conditions, I think I'm pinning my hopes on Deepti Sharma.
Gigi, what's your take on the opening encounter that's currently underway at Guwahati?
I think trouble for India. This was a match they were supposed to win easily and start off on a good note and create that whole vibe and atmosphere around the World Cup and create that whole hype. बट और इतना अगर आप स्टार स्पोर्ट्स का प्रोग्रामिंग देखोगे तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि सिर्फ इंडिया ही खेल रहा है पूरे टूर्नामेंट में. सो द होल बिल्डअप हैज बीन अराउंड द इंडियन टीम एंड आफ्टर दैट इन द वेरी फर्स्ट मैच दे स्टम्बल if they don't sort of recover from here and they lose this game, it's going to be a big dampener for the World Cup. So I'm sure the ICC also, or ICC officials must also be praying India somehow wriggles out of this situation and wriggles out of this game. And I was speaking to Ms. Diana Adilji, the former India women's captain, and she was telling me exactly this, that they should take it match by match rather than just think too much about winning the tournament and going all the way and all that, because in this kind of a tournament you will have the banana skin games, which clearly this one has proved to be. I mean, historically, India beaten, I think, some 31 times, won 31 matches out of some 34, 35 against Sri Lanka. But Sri Lanka has been rapidly improving. I've tracked the Sri Lankan and Pakistani women's teams have improved a lot in the last few years. जो मैं थोड़ा बहुत results देखे हैं, they have actually gone like we beat England in England this time in both the formats, ODIs and T20Is. So similarly, Sri Lanka and Pakistan have also done well, in England and in other countries. So and obviously there's Chamaria Tapatu, who's a champion, champion player, and Smriti ka jaldi out hona is obviously a big setback. And too much of it, it's like that Abhishek Sharma situation that happened in the T20 men's T20 World Cup with India. Too much dependent on Abhishek, and here also I think too much depends on Smriti because Harman hasn't been getting runs. So I mean, these are
Jemima also is superstar on social media, but the returns are far and few between. Manuja, Arvind Atreya has a question for you. Manuja, will Smriti ever score in important matches? That's his question.
My good
Yes, direct.
My guess is as good as yours. She has scored in some important matches. I know she scored in a losing cause against Australia in Delhi a week, 10 days ago. She is a big match player, but when the big match happens and when do you come out is the question. I won't call her. She's won us matches, so I'm not going to say that she's not a big match player. But then again, like Gaurav was saying, there's so much of emphasis on Smriti that we forget the batting order itself. And in the match that Smriti really performs, your middle order is not getting enough practice. And that's something we're seeing today. The middle order has been completely at sea against spinners. The way she got dismissed today, you don't expect somebody of Smriti's caliber to go for a shot like that. But let's just say the tournament's just beginning.
Yes. Cristiano Ronaldo, and this for Gigi. He says Pratika's strike rate is a concern, and even Harleen's. What's your take, Gigi?
Harleen though definitely not here. Harleen though scores at a fairly quick pace. The two matches that I covered in Chandigarh, I thought she she scored at fairly good pace, especially in the first match where she scored a half century. And generally, even against the West Indies last year in Baroda, I think she scored 100 in one of the games that I covered. She bats at a fairly decent pace, and also runs around and gets those singles and doubles apart from the wickets. I think the problem is with Pratika Rawal, and I was discussing with a few former India women's players that Pratika Rawal is very consistent without doubt in the 13-14 matches that she has played in since her debut last year against West Indies at Baroda. She has scored a lot of runs, but they have not come at the pace that they should in today's day and age of ODI cricket when you have field restrictions. She leaves all the heavy lifting to Smriti, which can backfire on the odd day and against good teams. तो वो थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम है. I understand why she has been brought in, because Shafali was just too flashy, especially for the ODI format. But you need somebody who will also sort of ensure that the momentum is there. So I think she will have to be. This is perhaps the job of the captain and the coach to keep sending her messages and to keep, when she goes also, to थोड़ा सा मतलब जो चंदू सर की लैंग्वेज होता है, बम्बू देना पड़ेगा कि थोड़ा सा you have to sort of play your shots. You cannot it cannot be just about you being there when 15-20 overs are done. Otherwise there's no point.
And also, I'll add there, her running between the wickets, her rotating strike, I think, is an issue. There are times when she just wants to get to the other end, give the strike to Smriti, but rotating strike, taking those smart, I won't say cheeky, but the smart singles, I think that's not her forte. Especially in power play, you can't bat the way she's been batting.
Manuja, there's one more question from Cosmic Series. Says, इंडिया ने ऐसे स्टेडियम में मैच क्यों रखे हैं जहां वो कभी खेली नहीं, unaware of surfaces? This match at Guwahati, they haven't played, I suppose, before this over there. The women's team.
I think, have they played? I'm not sure. Gaurav, have they played? I don't remember them playing in Guwahati at all.
No, they haven't.
Guwahati में तो World Cup match ही पहला हो रहा है. Guwahati is basically backwaters of Indian cricket. We know why matches are being held in Guwahati. So
why? Can you explain?
See, this has happened since time immemorial in Indian cricket. That whenever you have top officials belonging to a particular state association, the matches वहाँ पे आते हैं. So there's no point in saying that because Mr. Devajit Saike is the secretary of the BCCI, तो matches Guwahati में. उसके पहले भी ऐसा ही हुआ है. You've had matches in.
But Bangalore's an exception to it, huh? When Roger Binney was president, not that we got.
I was quite surprised about that. I was actually quite surprised, and I asked that to a prominent former India cricketer that Roger for so many years. How come that no matches that season I remember in Bangalore? I was shocked, and I mean that person was like, maybe Roger's not assertive enough in the board meetings or something like that.
So, but Manuja, then is that a mistake then? Because you are playing at a fairly new venue, you don't know much about the girls, don't know much about the surface. Is that a mistake then?
I think so, because also these wickets, like say Guwahati, Vizag, they did have a camp there, but
and they know DY Patil like the back of their hand.
Yeah, they know DY Patil.
Every other series happens there.
Yeah, Mumbai, they played in Delhi. I don't know this new obsession of that. I mean, I completely agree. Stadiums in tier 2 cities have to be promoted, but if you look at today, I don't think the whole hype about the stadium being full, how it's a tribute for Zubair, all of that, the stadium is not full either. Not the case, say, in a place like DY Patil. I think it gets a healthy number of people in. Guwahati, for me, especially at this time of the year, I thought was a bad choice. The weather. I'm surprised that the match is even happening. We've already had one stoppage.
Yeah.
Not the ideal place to start. Sorry, Gaurav?
Two stoppages?
Two stoppages, yeah. Not the ideal venue to start your World Cup campaign, especially when you're playing in a place like, when you're starting your World Cup campaign, I think we should have started in a bigger city where there's more thamjam.
Yeah, absolutely. And you had Bangalore as a venue, but now that's also gone, and it's now down to Gaurav's town, New Navi Mumbai. Gaurav, can we call Navi Mumbai as your town?
Yeah, definitely. Why not? Mera bas all matches of the Indian men's and women's cricket team should be held in DY Patil Stadium. 20 minutes I'm there, so nothing like it. but I was speaking to Diana ma'am, who's there, because all the former India women captains were felicitated there today. in a very nice gesture by BCCI, and she said that hopefully they'll do that they've been told that for the final as well in Navi Mumbai. So she was telling me around 15,000-16,000
So you're
crowd aaya.
confident Pakistan will not make it to the final?
Oh yeah, that looks highly unlikely, Chandresh. I mean, the women's team is improving, but इतना भी नहीं improve करिए कि वो final में आ जाए. That will be a massive surprise, you know. अगर होता है तो फिर obviously final Colombo में होगा, but I doubt that you know they will reach that level. But she was telling me 15,000-16,000 crowd आया, despite this being a Pujo's time. So, and I think in Guwahati also Durga Puja and all is pretty big. So that way the turnout was impressive for the first
But
match.
Gaurav, if you noticed, I think after the opening ceremony, some of the stands, I think people just emptied.
तो then they may have been brought into show कि देखो ground भर गया है like that. So
Yeah.
see, generally, even in Chandigarh, when I went to cover the India Australia women's ODIs and this thing, there was hardly any crowd. I mean, unfortunately, first day तो India first ODI के time पे India Pakistan match था in the evening, so it was totally khali. But for the second match also, the crowd wasn't much. Then I was speaking to a Punjab Cricket Association official, or that guy said that in the northern part of India, उतना women's cricket popular नहीं हुआ है. So like that, and that is a lack of matches being held. See, you have to also take women's cricket to these centers and to all centers where women's cricket nahi hota hai. I believe in the other approach that you should ensure that matches ho so that people get addicted to it. Otherwise, nahi hoenge. If you keep having matches in Mumbai or say Bangalore or Chennai, then how will these cities develop that interest? You know. So I guess it will take time, but
But I
hoga.
guess it's also the format.
Yeah, the 50 overs format in any case. I mean, the men's World Cup, the first match was a disaster in terms of crowd, crowd attendance.
It should never have been England New Zealand. The
Yeah,
2023 ODI World Cup should never have been England New Zealand.
I
How
agree.
Yeah,
can
the opener was
host team can't play first?
Yeah. Host team नहीं खेली थी, England New Zealand खेला था. I remember I covered that game also. So I remember, in fact, I wrote a piece and the BCC and the ICC weren't too happy because they said, "अरे 1 लाख का stadium है, how did you expect कि 1 लाख लोग आ जाएंगे?" I said, "But 1 lakh नहीं, but at least there should have been a decent half-filled stand." But then also that time, I think the Asian Games was about to get over and India was winning a lot of medals in the Asian Games. So the whole interest of the media at least was around the Asian Games. And 15 days, I mean, around 15-20 days later, when I went to Ahmedabad to cover the England Australia game, it was around 50,000-60,000 people came to watch that match. So that was also a neutral game, but बहुत public आया, and it was Australia won that game, and I remember crowd cheering wildly for both the teams. So ऐसा नहीं है, people do come, but it's just that the fervor needs to. Also, the build up to the tournament, Manuja, I don't know how it's been in Bengaluru, but hardly anything in Mumbai and in the bigger cities.
Nothing here.
Nothing
Nothing
absolutely.
here.
Media.
I think they had one trophy tour with Mitali and DK coming into some mall a few weeks ago. But apart from that, there's been zero hype about the World Cup. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're waiting for something to happen on Sunday when India plays Pakistan. Some tamasha to happen, then the interest will be spiked in the tournament. There's a question for you from one of the subscribers. Ajit Kumar says, and this for Manuja, my biggest worry is captain's form. She's not even she's not even being considered for Big Bash and 100. Is that a worry, Manuja?
Definitely. At this point of time, Harman's form has been a cause of concern. She'll probably. I'll pick a line from Surya's press conference the other day when somebody asked him, "You're not getting runs." He said, "I'm not getting a start." So where are the runs coming from? So yeah, she's just not getting those starts. But I mean, for me, Harman is a big match player. And I'm hoping this will be the turnaround time for her. It's also a format that she loves playing. And yeah, hopefully she
It's like
leads from the front.
it's like in '96 when Azhar was out of form, he said that I'm batting well in the nets. So it's like that. Rohan Kale has a question. Gigi, his question is, or comment is rather, the ugly truth is that the talent pool of women cricketers is very small, even after introducing WPL. World-class talent is simply not coming to the fore.
In batting, definitely yes. मुझे हरमन और स्मृति का अभी, for example, Harman has had a extended lean run, but कौन है replacement? कोई नहीं है. It's not like in the case of men's cricket, you have a Sky failing, then you already have so many options in terms of somebody filling in that middle order spot. Or a Shubman Gill failing, you got a Yashasvi Jaiswal, waiting to. इधर ऐसा नहीं है. यहाँ पर the replacements and that's this. The selectors also, the women's team selectors have been telling me for a long time, कि replacements नहीं होते हैं, and that becomes a big issue. And that is why the star culture and everything. You don't have replacements for Arman and Smriti, honestly, in Indian women's cricket, which is the most dangerous thing to happen. And 3 editions of WPL have not given us anything, in terms of that. WPL has given us some good players, the odd good player, but not, sort of complete, like, the sort of players who will really go on to play for India for 10, 15 years and become sort of, greats. Like Harman and Smriti are greats, without doubt. वो level के players नहीं मिल रहे हैं WPL से.
See that I'll add here, Chandresh, it's also got to do with our domestic structure. BCCI has been conducting tournaments regularly, no complaints there. But I think it boils down to the state associations. Even today, in many state associations, incidentally, they play women's cricket. I'll give you an example of KSCA. They haven't completed the league in the last 2 years. And just to give you a basic thing, like a men's state team will have a coach, an assistant coach. They will have a strength and conditioning coach, a physio, a trainer, a full-fledged staff. Your selection committee chairman or your selection committee member is also manager of the team. Your head coach, right from putting out the cones to giving you the batting drills, is doing the same thing. So when you talk about equality and parity, leave the finances apart. I think this is where equality and parity should start, and it starts with the state associations. Every state association has baby IPL. It can be the MPL, it can be the Maharaja Trophy, as we call it, TNPL. What are you doing for women's cricket? Karnataka has something called the Maharani Trophy. I think some 4 teams play in nondescript grounds. And very funny, I recently shared a video on social media where the umpire is rolling the wicket in some far off ground for a league match on the outskirts of the city. If this is how seriously you're taking women's cricket, the problem is at the grassroots level, not at the BCCI level. If you're saying that we're not getting enough players, WPL is not going to churn out enough players for you. Even in our WPL, even till today, the biggest stars are the foreign players. What is our quality of fielding in WPL? I mean, that actually shows up our grassroots levels very badly in WPL. So it has to start from the state associations. Only then I think we'll improve as a national team. I know, the Center of Excellence is doing a lot of things. They have a lot of these under 19 camps. We have some very good under 19 players coming in. Maybe the system will change over the next 2 years. But I completely agree when we say we just don't have enough talent pool, which has come up in a sustained way.
Okay, switching tracks, just to update everybody, women's team, right now India is on 184 for 6, 60-run stand between Deepti Sharma and Amanjot Kaur. So the innings being brought back on track by those 2 ladies there. Cristiano Ronaldo has a question for Manuja. And we are switching tracks. RCB for sale, E-Sala deal yaradu, Manuja man.
Cristiano, I think RCB up for sale has been the news, especially in UK, not now, much before the IPL as well. I think, we have to understand it's also held by a company, and it's not like the franchisee is an asset of an international company. So I think whatever comes through has to come through from there. As of now, I have not heard anything.
Okay, 40 rupee super chat from Big Boy Toys, Gigi. And this is once again on Virat Kohli. Update on Virat Kohli in ODIs, Australia and beyond. He deserves. What is happening? Settle the situation. It's become like a never-ending soap opera.
that is true. That is true. But as of now, no update. Those as of now, कुछ नहीं है. कुछ होगा तो definitely we will tell you. But as of now, nothing. As of now, I think he's on. I mean, it's very strange actually. He has not even come to give his fitness test here. That has happened in England. Not come for the India A games. कुछ practice नहीं कुछ नहीं straight away.
Anyways, he'll say it's raining in Kanpur. Match is not started today.
Okay, अच्छा, okay. हाँ,
Yeah.
वो तो ठीक है, चलो, that could have happened, but both Virat and Rohit not turning up for these games, there is something cooking. That is what I personally feel. You know,
प्रियांशु सिंह, रोहित विराट को ओडीआई खिला दो वरना लोग पागल हो जाएंगे. मतलब सवाल हमसे पूछ रहे हैं, सवाल किसी और से पूछना है.
यार रोहित विराट उसके आगे देखो भाई, इंडियन क्रिकेट में तिलक भी है और अभिषेक भी है. इनको कब ओडीआई खिलाओगे? रोहित और विराट भी किसी को हटा के आए थे वहां पर, ठीक है ना, वो किसी की जगह ही आए थे. तो आई ऑनेस्टली थिंक, बिल्कुल पर्सनली मुझसे पूछोगे, आई थिंक इनफ ऑफ देम. एक दो सीरीज खिला के और फिर टाटा बाय बाय करो, बिकॉज यू हैव इनफ टैलेंट एट योर डिस्पोजल. दिस मैडनेस की नहीं, एक और वर्ल्ड कप जीतना है, उनको एक और वर्ल्ड कप जीतना है. दिस इज जस्ट crazy. Absolutely, they are not getting any younger. And it's you have to look at the future at some point in time, which is why they were sort of asked about their plans after their failures in the BGT trophy. And which is why they retired from the T20 format, because there was a T20 World Cup. इसलिए वो खेल गया बहुत जल्दी after the last World Cup. ठीक है, otherwise शायद वो format से भी बहुत जल्दी निकलना पड़ता. But I think from the ODIs also it's high time. Maybe the odd series or two. I don't see both of them honestly playing the 27 World Cup. We need to start blooding all these youngsters we are discovering in the ODI format as well. I mean, यशस्वी भी कब तक रुकेंगे? वो भी एक ही फॉर्मेट खेल रहा है. तो ऐसा ना हो कि एक दिन हम सडनली ये दोनों जाएं और हम लोग वेस्ट इंडीज बन जाएं, बिकॉज द गाइज हु आर देयर विल आल्सो स्टार्ट इवेंचुअली, I mean, they will get frustrated, and then their game might go down, or they might get bored of just playing in one format. Yashasvi is playing only Test. Your Tilak and Abhishek are playing only T20s. So you need to start.
That also shows the depth of talent in India.
Depth of talent.
When your Champions Trophy was happening, Tilak, Abhishek, Surya, and everybody who are the T20 specialists were sitting in the stand. But
both had a
the vice versa was not true.
इसीलिए तो
एशिया कप में कोई नहीं आया.
हाँ, एशिया कप में कोई
नहीं आया सेलिब्रेट.
अभी मतलब आदमी को फुर्सत नहीं है फिटनेस टेस्ट देने के लिए. यहाँ पे सीओई में, इंग्लैंड में दे रहे फिटनेस टेस्ट, तो फिर क्या मैच देखना तो बहुत दूर की बात है. तो दिस इज ऑल, I mean, I don't know how it's all being accepted and what is the this thing response of the BCCI, but definitely I think we need to move ahead. We have got a lot of talent at our disposal, and we need to start testing it.
Chirag Patel has a question for Manuja. He says, Manuja ma'am, what is the specific reason for Karun's return to Karnataka team? It was the same selector who dropped him. Why suddenly call him back? And maybe because he want to make Karun the captain in Ranji Trophy?
It wasn't a KSCA call. It was a Karun Iyer's call. Due to personal reasons. He cited personal reasons for returning to Karnataka. He wanted to stay closer home. Fair enough. Captaincy, it really depends. Mayank Agarwal's been the captain now the entire last season after Manish Pandey was out of the scheme of things in Karnataka. But he's coming for his own reasons. We have to respect his privacy on that aspect. I think it wasn't easy for him to leave Vidarbha because that really gave his career a second wing. He's very grateful for what Vidarbha has done for him. He says it was a hard call, but a call that he had to take for personal reasons.
Umama Mahida has a question for you, Gigi. Very hurt. He says, "अरे Gigi sir, तो 36 में रिटायर हो जाए क्या विराट? सचिन राहुल कब तक खेले? पता है ना?"
तो टेस्ट से क्यों रिटायर हो गया?
टेस्ट
नहीं, बट 36 से भी टेस्ट की एज में क्यों रिटायर, टेस्ट में क्यों रिटायर हो गया विराट कोहली? वो तो फॉर्मेट था जहां सचिन सबसे लास्ट में रिटायर हुए, राहुल द्रविड़ भी सबसे लास्ट में रिटायर हुए, ठीक है ना? तो देन व्हाई डिड ही रिटायर एट 36? Because he was failing repeatedly, outside off stump, nicking those deliveries. I mean, nobody is saying that Virat. I mean, it's also about you have to look at the future eventually. I'm saying dono ka, when I mean that if Virat gets runs in Australia, obviously from here on it's about form. But with Rohit specifically, I feel that सब कुछ achieve भी कर लिया है game में, especially Rohit. So I mean, give chances to youngsters. Yeah, they've got a lot of new openers coming up. तो कब तक मतलब you keep dragging your feet in this format where already so many very few games happen. How do selectors plan? 4 मैच होते हैं, 6 मैच होते हैं, 6 ओडीआई होते हैं साल में. तो how do you
Okay,
go about
Big
that?
Boy Toys is very angry. He sent a 100 rupees super chat. Manuja, I want you to answer. No sense. Think tank job is to select best team, not young team. Is VK not the best ODI batter, in fact, ever? If he is he not fit? Didn't he show great CT25 form? So he's very angry with what Gigi has said. Manuja, I want you to answer.
If you were picking the best team, then how many players had to be dropped in Australia? The big players. Going by form, see, that's what Gigi is saying, no? Going by form, how long is Jaiswal going to play one format? How long is, say, a Tilak or an Abhishek playing one format? Only when you give these people sustained runs in various formats will they be able to show form, pedigree, and all of that. I don't think teams are built on stardom. It has to be built on talent, on consistency, and form.
Rajdeep Singh has a
And
question.
to add to that, teams are not built on social media also.
Okay, Rajdeep Singh has a question. What about West Indies series? Will we see some surprises or easy series win for India? Gigi, I want you to answer because they have lost both the Josephs. Now they're down to only Jaden Seals.
I hope they have 11 players, fit enough to play the match and
In fact, they
available.
asked Jason Holder, he refused.
Jason Holder's
Unbelievable.
refused, says he has some surgery or something else coming up.
I was telling people this only after the high of the Asia Cup final. Such a pulsating match, such a thrilling game. We are going to see this boring test match between India and West Indies, wherein West Indies is struggling to put together 11 people. I mean, their T20 team has lost twice in 2-3 days to Nepal. So that says it all. So
Bowled out for 83.
yeah, bowled out for
Yeah.
83 yesterday against Nepal.
Yeah.
So, matlab,
Even though it's like a second string team, but anyways.
yeah, that was the second string team. I agree. This has, I don't know. I mean, if I was covering this test match, also I would struggle to write a good copy because
You'd have
this
taken
is
a one-way ticket, no, Gigi.
sorry, one
You'd
way
have gone
ticket.
on
Yeah,
a one-way ticket because
I would have
5 days
gone on
I
a one
don't
way.
think it's
Yeah,
happened.
no ways. Absolutely. With the hoping that I can catch a Vande Bharat on by the second morning or the third morning, definitely. I don't see this test match lasting a day or two. That's it.
Yeah, for
And
all
then
those who want to watch a more interesting game, Irani Cup starts tomorrow. Rest of India versus
yeah.
Vidarbha. Please watch that. That's going to be much more
Absolutely. Far
interesting.
more interesting. Absolutely. Thankfully, I was speaking to Gujarat Cricket Association officials a couple of days back who were here for the AGM, and I asked them that will there be an akhada for Jadeja and Akshar. So he was very clear. He said that nahi, aisa nahi hoega. We've had enough of that kind of cricket because they have suffered a lot with that test match, that pink ball test match which finished inside 2 days against England with Joe Root taking 5 for 9 and Ravichandran Ashwin appearing unplayable and Jadeja. So they're very clear that they're not going to do that. They will provide a sporting wicket, because they I mean the match against Australia was the last test match I think that Ahmedabad staged
Yeah,
2-3 years
it's
back.
still going on right now.
Saw a very flat track with both the teams. So
The
they
match
said
is
that
still going on. That match is still going on.
yeah. He was very clear that now we are going to go for wickets, where we are going to see matches which last for a number of days. But the problem is that the West Indies team itself is not worthy of lasting many days.
And
So
they're coming off a 27 all out.
yeah, to make it worse, they're coming off. No, wo to chalo, see, I saw Australia's bowling in that innings, and I thought it was sensational. And they were very, very difficult to. It seemed to be very difficult to cope with that kind of bowling. That can happen. India got all out for 36, so that can happen on the odd day. But I really and they've also dropped their former captain Craig Brathwaite, who's the most experienced guy and who has done well in India on previous tours. I think 2011 tour he batted very well. So let's hope that they discover. I mean, Roston Chase plays the innings of his life, and Jaromil Warrican bowls the spell of his life. Otherwise, I see this
And they've
series.
even dropped in the last series against Australia. They even dropped Kemar Roach, so he's
Yeah.
also been let go of. So they're letting go of all their senior players now. Let's see what happens. But Manuja, you have really angered Shivangi. She's very angry with you. She's saying, Manuja, why are you mixing formats? Test form wasn't there for a long time, but ODIs is a different story altogether. CT25 win was on socials, was via stardom. To even question Virat in ODIs is just hate. Why do you hate him? He's your RCB star player.
Okay, hate is a very, very strong emotion, an emotion that doesn't go with me at all. Um, yeah, my RCB, no. RCB is a franchisee, like nine others in IPL. And believe me, for most of us reporters, all that matters is meeting a deadline in an IPL match. Who's winning, who's losing is completely secondary. Shivangi, at no point of time have I questioned Virat's or Rohit's form, pedigree, any of that. All we are saying is it's time to move on. Like RCB started Hosa Adhyaya, a new chapter. Since you're talking about RCB, I think especially for both of them, they've been there, done that, um, and also you're really not a part of the system per se. You're not there a part of the daily grind. You can't come and go as and when you please, irrespective of who you are. So it's time to move on. And but having said that, given the players that they are, they know best. Very easy for us to sit on our armchairs and say, time to retire, time to play your farewell matches. They're the best judges, and I'm sure they'll take a call when they think is the right time.
Okay, Aradhya Goyal is angry with you, Gigi, and he says, Gaurav, what was that you said that we become West Indies in future? We may become West Indies in future. First, you say give chance to young, otherwise we would become West Indies. That's a thing which even a 10-year-old boy won't say. Rubbish.
जब जब when you're I mean ये ऐसे वेस्ट इंडीज में भी लोग सोचते होंगे कि अरे ग्रीनिज आ गए, हेन्स है, उसके बाद में फिल सिमंस आ गए, फिर उसके बाद में भी देन उसके बाद में ड्राउट शुरू हुआ. So when the drought starts happening, that is when you realize, I mean, they had the Michael Holdings and the Andy Roberts, and then uske baad mein Patrick Patterson and Malcolm Marshall, and then Patrick Patterson, and uske baad mein fir I mean, aaj they've come down to the they have Josephs who have actually brought back that bit of flair in that the West Indies cricket used to have. But nobody's saying that we are going to decline rapidly. But I'm just saying that frustration might set in today's youngsters. These youngsters are doing very well in the T20 format or in the Test format, like in case of Yashasvi. It's high time that they are, also they get their blooded. I mean, I don't think Abhishek has not even made his ODI debut, right? I mean,
No.
Yashasvi has made his ODI debut, but he's just played the odd ODI. So it is high time that these guys, get blooded in the ODI format as well. ऐसा कोई
And now they have
mandatory नहीं-
options.
Yeah.
And now they have options as well where they can do what Ashwin has done without waiting till being 38.
No, but that I don't know whether the BCCI will be comfortable with the idea of Virat Kohli going and playing in IL T20 or MLC or CPL or something like that. I'm not too sure about that because he is a big brand at the end of the day. And Ashwin playing there and a Virat playing there's a bit of a difference in that sense. But फिर भी मतलब
I don't see him playing any other league other than the IPL.
No, I'm saying the younger players.
Possibly.
If you push the younger players to a point, they can also think about their future.
Yeah, very true, absolutely. That frustration might set in eventually, because I mean, Yashasvi is doing the dirty work actually in test matches. There's pressure on him in every game. Fail hota hai, to he's questioned, and Abhishek is also doing the dirty work in T20s for you. Starting from ball one, out hota hai to गाली भी खाता है जल्दी. As Gavaskar sir was upset, we live it with him. So was my dad. कि every ball he was trying to Lapeto for a six. So there is, they're playing the more difficult formats. I feel the ODI format is a mixture of both. It allows them to settle down and go for their shots. Okay, and at the same time, it's not like 2 slips and 3 slips and a gully, and you're dealing with a bowler who's swinging the ball wildly and later batting on an akhada. So this is the more easier format, which is why obviously the two of them will find it easier to stick around, and which is why they've at least decided to stick around in this format. But but that doesn't mean that you deny chances to the youngsters. I think hands up.
It's not just the Indians, even the Sri Lankans are coming on our chat and trolling us right now. Tilak Amaranaike is saying Sri Lanka will win. Oh my god, this is a day when everybody's trolling us right now. But Shivangi has come back with another, but this time with a super chat, and this is for you, Manuja. It's a 100 rupee super chat. When you ask why it's time to move on, they have no answer except mixing formats, fitness, ODI form, legacy. No reason why Kohli shouldn't play ODI except hate. She is not willing to give up at all, Manuja.
Shivangi, you and I, Chandresh, Gigi, none of us decide that. Especially when it comes to these two icons, I think they decide. So you know we can go on talking about it for a couple of days. Can have special shows about it. Lots of TV channels have up their TRPs with shows on. When is their last series, when is their last match, and all of that. Uh, it's up to them to decide whether they want to move on.
Okay, absolute final question, Gigi. This is a question that is on everybody's mind. When is the trophy coming to India?
Today there was an ACC meeting. I don't know. I'm seeing a Pakistani reporter's tweet which says that one of the Indian
How are you
officials.
able to see a Pakistani reporter's tweet in India?
I think some of them you can see, some of them most of them you can't. So at least इनका तो tweet मुझे दिखा है. तो what
I
it
can
says
see a
is
couple
that
of them.
there are few that are still not sort of. So apparently one of the two BCCI representatives attended that ACC meeting today in Dubai. I think via on an e basis, and I believe one of them has stormed out of the meeting. Now on an e basis, if that person, then I think must have been logged off in anger. So that is what our Pakistani reporter friend has tweeted. That and then Mohsin Naqvi was requested by Mr. Rajiv Shukla to return the trophy to India, but he said that they can, you guys can go and collect it from the ACC office, something like that. But again, this is all unsubstantiated. This is what the PCB must have, told them to parrot. So we'll have to find. I'll have to, after this show ends, I'll have to find out more on that.
Okay. Shubham Mishra has the final comment, and this is a funny comment. He says, "इतने पैसे और इतने question और पैसे selector को भेजो, शायद खिला लेंगे." मतलब all the questions that we have got, super chats for Virat Kohli and all. If you send it to Ajit Agarkar and the new set of selectors, they'll probably play both Virat and Rohit in the one dayers. So maybe Gigi can pass on some of the information to Ajit, because he's not too far away from wherever you are right now. You can probably tell that to Ajit and let him know about it. He's not answering; he's just smiling. So, which means that he's probably going to do that. Don't worry, Gigi. GST will not come on you.
Ajit must be tired. I think वो final देख के आए होंगे, and he must have, since it was such a long night for everybody, with presentation ceremony being equal to one innings. I think the time taken for one innings in T20 cricket.
Yes.
So, so I think Ajit must be tired and must be, sort of still exertion होगा उनको. So like that. In any case, I don't think he talks to too many reporters. He believes in addressing press conferences. So hopefully we'll have one before they go to Australia. The team goes to Australia.
But what Gigi and Manuja, what you have done is that you have stirred a hornet's nest. The chat window is buzzing with a lot of things about how can you say this about Virat Kohli? How can you say this? It's like almost like it's crazy right now. But anyways, we'll have to leave it at that.
Guys,
Thanks
please
a lot.
move the focus from Kohli and cheer the women's team on.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
actually, yeah. Forget about Virat and Rohit for a while, please.
Yeah, just to let you know,
Keep debating
40
that for the
overs.
rest of our lives.
40 overs done, 210 for 6 right now, India. Deepti Sharma and Amanjot Kaur are going ahead in full stream. That's it for now. Thanks a lot, Manuja and Gigi, for joining us today. And thanks a lot for everyone joining us on TOI's Digital. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment on all our videos and be part of our conversations. That's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow. Till then, take good care of yourselves. It's goodbye and God bless from all of us.